best buds and friends of the manager. That turned him 180 degrees for some reason. We'll see.
Have you enjoyed watching those meetings?
No, I only watched that one because that is insane to me. I couldn't tolerate it.
It was like a train wreck. It was painful to watch, but I couldn't look away. And I was like, this is the last time I ever do this. 2 hours and you can't even make it into your first regular agenda item.
We all set?
Yep.
I'd like to call the regular meeting of the January, Belmont Village Council meeting, January 6, 2026 to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
President Dyke,
Present.
President Pro Tem Stuffler. Present. Councilmember Feldman. Councilmember Glasser. Councilmember Miller.
Present.
Councilmember Powell.
Present.
Councilmember Schneider.
Present.
Approval of the agenda. The manager has requested that we add an agenda item number 5, clerk interview process. I will add that to the agenda. And do we have any other additions or deletions to tonight's agenda? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda with that addition.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Councilmember President Pro Tem Steffler, supported by Councilmember Schneider to approve the agenda as presented with the additional agenda item number 5. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes, or the approval passes by all council members present. Communications, the SRO report. And hang on 1 second. I'm going to excuse myself for just a second.
I forgot my pen.
Apologies. Do we have any questions on the SRO report? Comments? Being none, approval of consent agenda. Regular meeting minutes, December 16th.
It's final time. I have to have something. But I got nothing. I got nothing to go on here. This is a very disappointing thing. I was thinking about making up a spelling error. I got nothing, kid. They're correct.
Slipping, Steve.
Thank you.
General fund. Major street fund. Local street fund. Parks and Recreation fund. Downtown Development Authority fund. Sewer fund. Water fund. Equipment fund. Payroll register report.
On the payroll register report, the final page, what's why do we have a garnishment? Or is that an employee payroll garnishment?
Employee payroll.
Okay, never mind that.
There's no other further questions on the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Motion by President Pro Tem Steffler, supported by Councilmember Schneider to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously by all council members present. So now is the time on the agenda for public comment for any item on the agenda. Crickets. Regular agenda, the 2025 activity reports.
Included in your packet are the 2025 activity reports for Village Council, Planning Commission, and Zoning Board of Appeals. I recommend that you enter those into the record.
On here, just for consistency, I noticed we were pointing out and mentioning acceptances of resignations for DDA board members as well as appointments. And there's one resignation not on here. On the April 1st, 2025, we even mentioned that we're allowing the DDA director to advertise the position, and that was because we had just accepted at that same meeting the resignation of Krista Booz. So this calendar year, I think there was 3 in, 3 out, or whatever, and that was why we were advertising for that, because of Krista's. Then in the following meeting, April 15th, that was when we appointed senior Mr. Schneider to a 3-year term as a ZBA alternate. Next one, May 6th, the second bullet point, the one in the middle. It says we approved a 3-year contract with a 3% annual increase and a 30-day termination clause for unsatisfactory performance. With who for what? I have no idea what that was actually referring to for that one. And then the one underneath that, May 20th, was the appointment of the police contract subcommittee with Councilmember Feldman and President Tim Dyke and Manager Curbison. One right after that, on the top of the next page, June 3rd. See, I saved all my red lines for
Yeah.
that.
I appreciate that.
The consensus of council to have staff follow up on specification details and cost implications to ensure all departmental requirements are met before presenting back to council. Related to what? I'm not sure what we were referring to. I'm really not sure what we're referring to because that's the one meeting I was actually absent for. So I wasn't sure what it was. And, nope, one more. November 4th of 2025. So down a couple of pages. We mentioned that we approved to appoint Mr. Steven Zott as treasurer of the homecoming committee. We should mention that we accepted the resignation of Wees Lagan as treasurer of the homecoming committee. And that's it.
Anybody else on activity reports for the Village Council, Planning Commission, and Zoning Board? Can that be all done in one motion, or do you need 3 motions?
No, it can be done in one motion, but do you want me to revise the village activity report and re-present it?
That's necessary.
Oh, okay.
I think they're.
I think the motion can be
With the updated,
with the requested changes.
okay. Then yes, it can be in one motion.
Anybody have any other questions or concerns regarding the activity reports? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I will make the motion that we enter into the record the 2025 activity reports of the Village Council, Planning Commission, and Zoning Board of Appeals.
With the requested changes.
With all requested modifications, as
Support?
stated.
Can you verbalize that again? Motion by Councilmember Schneider, supported by Councilmember Glasser, to approve the activity reports for Village Council, Planning Commission, and Zoning Board for 2025 with the requested changes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion unanimously passes by all council members present. Agenda item number 2, bank signer change.
Yes. With my upcoming resignation, I guess, departure, I suggest that I be removed from all bank accounts as the bank signer.
So if we say no, does that mean that we get to keep? No. That's
Yeah.
normal administrative step.
We need a motion to that effect.
Yes.
I'll make the motion that we remove Ms. Kimberly Kiesler from the noted accounts as an authorized signer effective January 9th, 2026.
Support.
Motion by President Pro Tem Stepfler, supported by Councilmember Schneider to remove Ms. Kimberly Kieser as an authorized signer effective January 9th, 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor, same sign, or all those opposed, same sign. Motion unanimously passes by all council members present. Agenda item number 3, Planning Commission bylaws. We discussed this last meeting. Is this first reading?
No, you just adopt. There's no first or second
Okay.
reading.
It's just bylaws.
Yeah, if it's bylaws.
Okay.
First and then.
Right. Even though there wasn't really much of a discussion, other than it's ludicrous that you guys want to do this.
Okay, right.
It's just, we couldn't vote on it because it was open discussion first.
So as a reminder to all council members, Planning Commission at their December meeting, figured out that they weren't doing the Pledge of Allegiance and would like to, and the bylaws specify a specific agenda, so they're asking that the Pledge of Allegiance be added into the bylaws under the agenda section. We discussed it last week. Is there any other concerns about changing the bylaws to that change? If there's no further discussion, I'd entertain a motion to approve that change. So moved.
Support.
Motion by Councilmember Miller, supported by President Pro Tem Stepfler to approve the bylaws amendment for the Planning Commission as stated. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously by all council members present. Agenda item number 4, second quarter budget amendments. Ms. Kiesler.
Included in your packet are the recommended budget amendments for the second quarter. There wasn't a lot to change so far. Most of it was due to computer purchases and the liability insurance in the equipment fund has a more accurate proration, so that's why there's an increase there. Also for the capital outlay in the equipment, that was the authorized purchase of the tractor.
Any council members have any questions?
Yeah, maybe I don't understand completely, but why is the liability insurance have such a large increase? There's 2 line items for it.
Right, one is for the police department and one is for DPW wastewater. So the police vehicles, all of the equipment, it was better listed on our insurance liability. So I was able to more accurately prorate based upon the cost of the vehicles, the value of the vehicles, and so on.
That was a policy that we renewed after we'd already passed our budget, right? So
Correct.
that's why, because this is new information for you to do that. Which
Correct.
is why it was originally such underfunded in the budget, is because we were waiting to renew the policy and figure out what the figures were in the first place.
Correct.
Does that satisfy your?
Okay, so we weren't like underinsured for
No,
a period?
no.
Okay.
It was just,
Okay. Just-
the majority of it was getting paid by the general fund when it really should have been coming out of the equipment fund.
Oh, okay, that was part of that change. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Any other questions or concerns? Being none, I'll ask for a motion.
I'll make the motion that we approve the second quarter budget amendments as presented.
Support.
Motion by President Pro Tem Stepfler, supported by Councilmember Glasser to approve the second quarterly budget amendments as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously by all council members present. Now is the time on our agenda item number 5, the clerk hiring process. Mr. Kerberson asked this to be put on the agenda. Mr. Kerberson.
Mr. President and council members, we have received 9 applicants for the position. We had, the committee met as you voted at the last meeting and we reviewed the applicants. There was a unanimous vote for 3 candidates that are very well qualified for the position. So we have quickly moved through that process and we are prepared to bring the 3 candidates in for interviews. What I'd like to ask of the council is that you vote tonight to allow the committee to interview the candidates versus the entire council, because simply the logistics of that would be easier, quicker, and more efficient. But it's completely at your discretion. I'm asking that you allow the committee you selected to review the candidates to interview them and make a recommendation for our next clerk treasurer.
So from a historical perspective, in the past, when we hired Kim, which was a long time ago, and every village manager, it's been done in front of full council. Last time with the police chief interviews, it was done before a committee and then brought to council. But the police chief falls under the jurisdiction of the manager, the clerk treasurer and manager positions fall both under the manager and council. So I will let council say what they think.
I don't like the delay, and I understand the logistical concerns and the need for expediency, but I mean, it's a very, very important role we're trying to fill here, and it just, I don't feel like expediency should be made a priority over the rest of council having a part in the process and understanding of the different candidates and weighing in, asking questions, becoming more informed, making an educated decision. Kind of feel like that's our intended role here. So I, as much as I don't want to cause unneeded delays, it just seems counterintuitive for what we're supposed to be doing.
So Dale mentioned that it's just to interview the candidates, not necessarily select one.
Well, we would make a recommendation to the council. The committee that you selected would make a recommendation to the council who they would
Recommend.
suggest,
Yeah.
yes.
Right. But at that point, so this is who you're suggesting, and we have nothing to compare it to because we don't partake in the interview process. We don't know the pros and cons of each candidate, their CV, whether or not you like one more than the other. That's always been something that we've, for previous situations like this, had that discussion. And I tend to know the two of you ask great questions in those interviews. I've watched you. I think it's a good part of the process. Otherwise, we are essentially delegating the entire selection process to someone else and only making a final call, not knowing what questions have been asked and answered. You're relatively uninformed on the process that led to that recommendation, and you've got nothing to compare it to. So you're essentially approving a contract or not. I just don't think that that's the way that we've done it before, and I don't think that that's the right thing to do for such an important position. Trying to replace someone with such a depth of historical context that it's going to be quite the uphill battle. It just feels like we should be more involved with that final selection process. I'm all for the committee making the narrowing. That was the whole point. That is how we've done it before. This would be categorically different, in my opinion.
Other council members?
I was kind of on the fence of it, but now I'm kind of leaning towards where Steve's going at.
Yeah, it is an important decision. So I would fully understand if council wants to do a full interview panel.
Mr. Powell?
What would the delay be if we, like, what's
Because you got to schedule Aubrey.
No, but like, would it be a month longer? Like, what's the ramifications of not having a,
Logistical coordination, when can we all be here and the
Mhm.
manager and the 3 candidates? You know, so we've done that on Saturdays or evenings,
Usually Saturday.
yeah, whenever you can get everybody here, you gotta get everybody's schedule to line up, you know? Because it'd be unfortunate to say that the whole point is to give council the entire process, to participate, and then 2 or 3 or worse yet, 4 members then can't make the offered date. So it's just coordination of selecting a date. That's what makes it take longer than just coordinating it with the committee.
and it can't be done during a regular council meeting?
That's not an open meeting process.
It is subject to
Is.
open meetings.
It is subject to open
Yes.
meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, my apologies. I thought that it wasn't because I thought it was
Personnel issue.
okay.
Yeah, it's open meeting.
not until they get hired to be a personnel
Right,
issue.
right.
And they have to request it and can't request it if they're not, yeah, I get that, never mind, yeah.
Mr. President. So in reality, it could be the night of a council meeting when in theory everyone would be here. That would make it at least 2 weeks from now. Just saying.
I would prefer it be before the full council. Since that's been, historically, the way it's been done in the past. Even though I feel that, the committee, I have full faith in the committee. But I think that it should be open to all the council members. But, the expediency is necessary. So do we have to wait the 2 weeks? Is there any
Just
way
a
that we can,
matter of scheduling time.
we could schedule it this evening?
Schedule
Well, we
this
have to
evening.
pick dates to offer to the
Right.
candidates, yeah.
Right, so we could say we want to start the coordination process of, picking those dates. We could obviously make our next council meeting the fallback plan of if we could not line anything up before that next meeting, then it could be the next meeting, but I'm sure we can at least attempt to try to coordinate a date that we could all be available between now and 2 weeks from now, right?
Okay.
So are we in consensus that it goes before council?
Want to schedule a date.
What's that?
Probably should try and.
We need
pick-
to schedule a date for the interviews.
Schedule that date before we know when the candidates have availability?
well,
Why
To
would-
offer dates.
Oh, offer dates, okay. So,
Right.
so what are good dates for people?
But yeah, I think that we start with anything that anybody can't do. Let's just start ruling those out right now.
And I would say we need to give at least 3 days' notice, so
Right.
this Saturday would be the earliest I would recommend.
I am available.
Available?
I'm available after 10:30 a.m.
Also available on Saturday.
So 7?
You won't be able to see.
Sam?
Your eyes will be all dilated.
No, they won't. I do the X-ray thing where you put your eye up to it and they get the really good picture.
So Saturday's first available date, is there any date of the following week that anybody is not available? Any evenings or anything that anybody's not available? Because that would be our next target, right? If Saturday doesn't work for any candidate or anyone else?
Week.
Same here across the board for evenings, so,
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
sure.
There's 4 dates for you.
Is there any
Time.
of those?
First available
Per-
time.
Is there any of those dates that this room would not be available, that we'd be in conflict for this meeting room? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week? Is there any,
The only one we could not force to move would be the township regular board meeting.
So, but that's, I was just making sure that there wasn't any other.
DDA,
Don't-
VBA?
No, because Park is the
Park
third,
and DDA are.
third and fourth,
Mhm.
so. We should be, okay. There shouldn't be any conflicts. But I'll confirm that.
Yeah, coordinate with the candidates and then let
Is
us know.
there start and end time? People are available, like 5? Is that too early?
How long are these interviews?
I would at least an hour.
At least an hour each.
With 7 people, it'll be
It's been two,
for sure.
yeah. I think there's like 2-hour blocks, just in case,
If they run over.
for discussion and,
Because usually we let a candidate leave the room and then we have some discussion about it and then let another candidate come in. I can do 5. I don't know if anybody else can make it by 5. I was gonna say, I don't think Wayne can make it by 5. I think Pete might have a hard time making it by 5.
Steve, how are you?
So it'd be a 6-hour block
Not necessarily.
or different 2-hour time slots for each?
I mean,
I would say make it an hour and a half and you have to limit the questions and you have to be disciplined. Because in the past, we've kind of free flowed over, but when we get,
but that's also because we'll start first thing Saturday morning and be here all day. We put in an 8-hour block. But
right,
Not if
but
we're starting at 6.
if it's the weeknights, make it an hour and a half block, start with quick discussion and then we can do final discussion after.
you get the discussion in between
Right.
the necessary zone.
All 3 candidates
right.
might not be available the same day too, so we might do
Correct.
2 or 3 days.
The objective is to try to make it where all 3 can.
Yeah.
And if you have to split it up, sure.
The process amenable with everybody?
I think preference would be that Saturday.
Yeah.
If they're available, move up into the next week.
What time? 8 a.m.? Oh, no, after
11.
10:30.
11.
and what about weekdays, yeah?
These was 6?
6,
6?
6.
Can you do 6, Wayne?
Any other questions, concerns, logistics concerning the process for clerk hiring?
Off the wall concept, cloning machine, Durkin? Is that a possibility still?
Have you seen the Santa Claus?
We can borrow Kelvin and Hobbs transmogrifier.
There you go.
In terms of interview questions, is council comfortable with the committee putting together the questions, input, or?
As a base starting point, because I mean, obviously we always had, yes, a stock lot list of questions, but then
Correct.
obviously any others that, may come up as you go
Follow
along.
up
And if
questions.
the committee can maybe have bullet points of what not to ask.
That would-
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Prohibited under federal law, don't ask this.
Some guidelines to follow, yes.
I do remember that being an issue now that you mention it, yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Anything else? Okay, that concludes our regular agenda. Now it's time for public comment for any item not on our regular agenda. Do we have any public comment tonight? Seeing none. Mr. Kerrison, do you have anything to bring to council?
I have a few items I'd like to touch base on, just to keep you updated of what I've been working on. When I got back, 608 emails were awaiting me. And that was after looking at them a couple times while I was gone. I have been discussing and will have soon bids from at least 2, if not 3 contractors for the demolition of the Legion Hall. So that is moving forward. I did have 2, maybe 3 discussions with the property owner of the potential lot where the new DPW building would go, discussing the cost of the property. So we have that pretty well narrowed down, and we'll draft an agreement to bring to the council to discuss or move forward on purchasing the land for the DPW building. I'm driving home one of our trucks tonight because tomorrow I'm picking up donated flat file cabinets for plans. We have need for 2 full cabinets that would hold plans. You can lay them flat, put them in the drawers. Our engineering firm has digitized everything. They're emptying their storage facility, and they have 4 cabinets that they were willing to give away. I said, we'd love to have 2. Brian said he could easily fill up 2. So I'm picking them up tomorrow with the village truck on the way to work.
Where will they be housed at once we get them?
Well, we're going to keep them in the garage out here until the building space is available for them. So, and they, like I said, the two of them they're just like brand new. It's really nice.
When you reference building space, that would be the new DPW building when built?
Correct.
Thank you for the clarification.
We're getting ready for the unfortunate fact that Kim is leaving us. So we're going out of our way to practice and look at different things. Today I updated, when she was gone, my computer to be able to operate the AP accounts payable program and things that I would do on a rare occasion when she wasn't available for some reason. Now I practiced, did checks today, some other things. So we got my desktop up to speed to be able to help out and practice a little bit getting through the process of approving checks before they get recorded and come to you. I have been getting quotes to replace that furnace that you hear rattling in the background. It had been down for several weeks. We have it repaired. It lasted about a week. The guy that did the repair came back and just quickly touched it up, make sure it would continue to run, because it wasn't keeping this room warm. And he made it clear the heat exchanger is a problem. We need a new furnace up there. So we're getting bids from 3 different companies in the county to provide us a new unit. Anyway, so we have 3 bids we'll have on hand ready for the next meeting. I had Kim pull the contract for our Air Advantage lease on our water tower. It renews every March or May? May. And we don't get a great deal of money from them for that space. And I've talked to a Verizon representative that's looking for space. So I'm going to continue to talk to the Verizon rep to see what they're really willing or interested in doing. And if it becomes the case, we have to give them 60 days notice to vacate the water tower, and then we could switch over to Verizon using or releasing our space on the water tower. So,
Do you know what Verizon wants it for?
not exactly.
Okay. It's not necessarily to provide, a version of wireless internet. It's probably to extend their signal.
My guess is 5G upgrade kind of thing.
And the only reason I say that is while cable and broadband internet are pretty readily available throughout the village through Charter, Spectrum, there were still a limited amount of users for Air Advantage that were actually accessing it through that, which maybe was less expensive. And I know they're starting to try to push internet services out into the township a little bit further. if you recall last time when we were discussing Air Advantage and putting it on the water tower, there were other people who were seeking to try to get some of that very prime real estate for, was it CB radios and stuff like
Oh,
that?
ham.
And ham radios, I'm sorry. Yep. So that's what I was saying is that's a space that's fought over. So
That's
Way-
why there should be a much higher rent.
I don't necessarily disagree. It's just I know that they were offering low-cost internet services to some of our residents, so I think we gotta weigh that as much as what the revenue it brings in. But okay.
That's it. Other than this, of course, as you know, will be Kim's last official meeting with us. And even though I'm not happy, I wish her luck in her new job.
Thank you.
Treasurer Kleiser, you have anything to bring to council?
I'll keep it short. No, it's been an honor serving the village, and as you guys know, I'm just a phone call away. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you, Kim.
Councilmember Glasser.
Thanks, Kim, for everything that you've done. And then Dale answered all my questions I had earlier.
Councilmember Schneider.
Thank you, Kim. That's all I can say. Thank you. So
I'll do park board first. So one happy update and a few sort of unhappy updates. Two of our longstanding members, Mike and Angie Howe, submitted their resignations from park board this month. They've both been on board a long time and have contributed quite a bit. So we will definitely feel that loss, and I want to extend my thanks to them for their service. Kim Streeter, our township rep, also submitted her resignation effective this January as well. So at the next meeting, the township is supposed to appoint a representative to park board. So we will see how that goes. We still do have 7 remaining members on park board, but it is quite a bit of work that we rely on our volunteers to do. So I was happy that we had a community member step up. Donna Lintz was appointed to park board at our last meeting. The community may know her better as Miss Donna from the library, who was there for years and years. So I think she'll be a tremendous asset to the park board as well. So just a few updates there. Also, just want to say thank you to Kim. You've done so much for the community, provided stability when we really needed it through different transitions that we had. And just want to thank you for all the late nights, the early mornings, and everything in between that you've put in. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember.
Thank you, Kim. It's been really nice working with you, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Everybody said it all. Kim, thank you for everything, and best of luck too.
Thank you so much.
I would like to compliment the DPW on their snow removal. They've been top notch. The police department is all over. They're just visible everywhere. And the liaison officer's report, it's really substantial to see how much is being accomplished there. So I just want to point those two out. And Kim, good riddance. Seriously.
I didn't expect it.
On a serious note, you know how much you'll be missed, how much you are appreciated. You've been here for the majority of the time I've been on council, so not having you here will be a major loss to the village, to the staff, and not just because of what you do from your work, but your professionalism, your personality, and everything that you bring, all the intangibles you bring as a professional person, not just your duties as clerk treasurer. You'll be missed and you're highly appreciated. So,
Thank you.
on that note, we're adjourned.